South Africa isn't broke because it's poor. It's broke because it's being robbed in broad daylight. South Africa is being robbed. It's not happening in the dead of night, hidden in the shadows. It's happening in plain sight, under the bright African sun, right in front of our eyes. This isn't a petty thief grabbing a handbag on a busy street. This is a grand heist, a systematic looting of our country's future. We see the flashing blue lights of convoys escorting officials in German sedans, their windows tinted so dark you can't see in. These cars glide silently over crumbling roads, past streetlights that haven't worked in months. It's a tale of two cities in one. Extreme luxury and crippling decay share the same postcode. You feel it in your bones, don't you? The rising anger when you hit another pothole big enough to swallow a small goat. The quiet desperation when the lights go out for the 6th hour and you have to throw out the food in your fridge. You see the headlines about billions missing from a state project, and then you visit a local clinic where a nurse tells you there are no bandages, no painkillers, not even basic gloves. One person's new mansion in Dubai is another community's 10-year wait for running water and a flush toilet. This isn't just bad management, it's a deliberate act of theft. It's a crime scene, and the entire country is the victim. The urgency is not just something you read about. It's a feeling in the pit of your stomach when you look at your pay slip and wonder where it all goes. It's the anxiety of a small business owner who can't plan for tomorrow because they don't know if the power will be on. This is a 5-alarm fire. The people who were supposed to be the guardians of the public purse have become its greatest plunderers. They stand on podiums and promise progress. Their bank accounts swell with the very funds meant to build that progress. We are being sold a dream while we are living in a slow-motion nightmare, and the time to just sit and watch is over. This isn't about politics in the traditional sense, about this party versus that party. It's simpler. It's about right versus wrong. It's about our money, for our people, for our country. The thieves have become bold because they believe there are no consequences. They smile for the cameras, cut the ribbons on half-finished projects, disappear behind high walls, electric fences, leaving the rest of us to deal with the mess. They have mistaken our patience for weakness and our silence for consent. It's time to get loud. It's time to make it clear that the looting stops now. Let's break it down. Let's talk about what happens when money meant for you and me ends up in a suitcase or a secret bank account. Every single rand that gets stolen is a job that is never created. Think about it. That money was supposed to build a new factory, which would have hired hundreds of young people from the township. Instead, it paid for a lavish wedding or a new sports car. That funding was meant to support a small farm, but it vanished into a bogus consulting fee, and now that farm can't hire seasonal workers. This isn't just a number on a spreadsheet, it's a person, a family, a community denied a chance to work and to build a life. The damage doesn't stop there. When corruption becomes the norm, international investors get nervous. They see weak rule of law and money that might just disappear. So they take their money, their dollars, their euros, their pounds, and they go somewhere else. Demand for the rand drops. When the rand gets weaker, everything we import gets more expensive. The fuel in your car, the bread on your table, the data for your phone, the price of all of it goes up. Corruption is a hidden tax that makes the poor poorer. Eskom is a perfect example. Billions were looted, channeled into crooked coal deals and shoddy maintenance contracts. The power plants are broken. We are plunged into darkness for hours every day, a constant, frustrating reminder of this grand-scale theft. Small businesses shut their doors. Hospitals run on generators, putting lives at risk. The stolen money didn't just buy someone a nice suit, it directly caused the blackout crippling our economy and spirit. When a brand new road cracks within a year, no, it's not just bad engineering. Someone cut corners, used cheaper materials, and pocketed the difference. When a school has no textbooks, it's because money was siphoned through a fake invoice for books never delivered. This is how corruption robs you. It steals services, kills opportunities, and makes life more expensive day after day. It's a slow poison seeping into our foundations. How do they do it? It's not always as dramatic as a car boot filled with cash, though that certainly happens. Often the theft is buried in paperwork, hidden in plain sight within a system designed to be confusing. It's a game of smoke and mirrors. A common trick is the rigged tender. A department needs a service, building a community hall. The contract is promised to a company owned by a politician's cousin. They submit a bid 3 times the cost. 2 decoy companies submit even higher bids, making the cousin's company look cheapest. Tender awarded. Shoddy work with cheap materials and unskilled labor. The hall falls apart in 2 years. The inflated invoice is paid in full. Excess is shared among the politician, the officials who signed, and the company owner. You're left with a broken hall. They're left with full pockets. Another classic, ghost employees and phantom suppliers. Fake names on payrolls, payments to companies that never delivered a paperclip. Funds quietly flowing for years. These schemes thrive in darkness, weak oversight, and a culture of fear that silences honest employees. Systems are deliberately complex. That's not a bug. It's a feature, designed to make following the money a full-time job. When no one is watching, or no one understands, thieves operate with impunity. So, how do we fight back? We don't need more committees or complicated reports. We need simple, powerful tools. Drag the deals out of the dark and into the light. My first idea, we demand a public wallet app. Imagine a simple website or a mobile app as easy as your banking app. Every cent spent by every department, municipality, and state-owned entity is listed. Who was paid, how much, for what, and who authorized it. Want to know this month's pothole spend? Open the app, type your town, see contractors and payments. If a repair never happened, flag it immediately. This creates millions of auditors overnight, the citizens themselves. Transparency is the most powerful disinfectant. When officials know every payment is visible, behavior changes. It's harder to approve a dodgy $10 million catering invoice for a one-day event. Fear of exposure, by journalists, rivals, or any curious citizen, becomes a powerful deterrent. Some will say it's too complex or a security risk. That's nonsense. We trust apps with banking and health. We can build a secure platform to track our public money. The goal is radical transparency. For too long, government knows everything about us. We know little about spending. The public wallet flips that script. Humans are good at many things, but sifting mountains of data to find tiny red flags is slow, tedious, easy to miss. That's where we bring in the machines. My second solution, AI as our unblinking watchdog scanning every tender, invoice, and payment across government. It wouldn't get tired. It wouldn't take bribes. It works 24/7, trained to spot classic tells, a company at a residential address, registered 2 days before a massive contract, copy-pasted paragraphs across bids, one box of pens priced 100x higher, a single company suddenly winning dozens of contracts. This doesn't replace auditors, it makes them superheroes. They get a daily report. Here are the 20 most suspicious transactions. Start here. Proactive, not reactive. Stop money leaving instead of clawing back after luxury holidays. The system learns and catches thieves better over time. Using AI isn't fancy, it's efficient, and it keeps us one step ahead. Some of the biggest corruption scandals were not uncovered by auditors or police, but by brave individuals on the inside. The whistleblowers, the honest accountants, the principled clerks, the public servants who cannot stay silent. Right now, being a whistleblower can be a career death sentence, sometimes worse. They're threatened, fired, isolated. That must change. My third solution, A truly independent, well-funded office to protect whistleblowers, with legal protection, physical security, and safe anonymous reporting. Their identity must be shielded, and the law must come down like a ton of bricks on anyone who intimidates or harms them. Protection isn't enough. We must incentivize it. Pay whistleblowers 10 to 15% of recovered funds. If our $100 million is recovered, pay our $10 million. That's not a cost, it's an investment. This creates a powerful incentive and turns workplaces into networks of potential informants. Suddenly, the risk of speaking up is balanced by a life-changing reward. We have a weapon in our pockets, the smartphone. Tens of millions in South Africa, each one a camera, a recorder, a broadcaster. My fourth solution: formalize and amplify citizen reporting. See a crew botching a pothole? Film it. Municipal workers on private jobs? Film it. New clinic with cracks? Take pictures. Create simple hashtags for failures. Your Broken Roads GP, your No Water KZN. Hundreds of posts turn complaints into undeniable trends politicians can't ignore. Build a real-time map of failure. Social pressure forces responses. A contractor might ignore one resident, not a million-view video. Aggregate hashtag posts into a public dashboard. Geolocated, time-stamped evidence empowers journalists, civil society, and auditors to build cases. Audits happen. The Auditor General reports every year, shocking findings. Then the news cycle moves on. My fifth solution: a public dashboard of truth. Visualize results live with simple colors, graphs, and scores. See municipalities and departments: green, yellow, red. Click red to see why. Missing funds, no documents, tenders not followed, in plain language. And track consequences. Under investigation, suspended, prosecutors, or no action taken. That last status is key. It shows where the system fails and who fails to act, building institutional memory and relentless pressure for voters, investors, and media. The sun also rises. Even after the darkest night of load shedding, the dawn breaks over the Johannesburg skyline. Sunrise cranes mean a fresh start. The story of corruption is painful, but not our final chapter. The solutions aren't mysteries. They're practical, achievable, digitized. The real revolution isn't in Parliament. It's in data, honesty, and citizens who care. Understanding money should never be boring.